Hello, everyone, and welcome to our series of lives. I hope you're all feeling well. I hope you're ready with your cup of coffee or tea for some knowledge. As always, I have my phone on me with the live opened. So if you have any comments, if you have any questions, or maybe you have any problems with the video or audio, just let me know. I will be watching the chat during the live. Okay, I think we can start as always with a presentation. Uh, you probably already know that today we will be talking about errors in the IT project valuation and how to avoid them. We will start from the smart introduction and then we will go through all of the errors I have prepared for today. There will be 9 of them, and of course I will give you a solution to each of them. And then for the end we'll have a QA session if there will be any questions. Okay, so first, who are we and why we have decided to do this live? You probably already know that we are a software house, and we decided to do this live because we lived through all of the errors. We are not like Alpha and Omega, and we also had some errors for the beginning, but right now I think that our processes that we have worked for many years, they are helping our customers to avoid all of the problems that could happen during the development of the project. But of course, we needed to work it through first ourselves. And this time we would like to share with you what should you do or don't do when you start to work on your project. Okay, first error that we see a lot is letting the software house set a budget for you. Mostly it starts with the fact that the customer doesn't want to tell us what is the budget. Maybe they are afraid that they will tell, for example, $1 million. We will prepare the estimation to use all of this money. That's not our goal, especially not for our company. We think that it's the best to know the budget first and then based on the budget prepare the estimation. And for example, if something is not fitting in our estimation, like we know already that it will take much more budget that we have, maybe this is something we should leave for the next stage. And most of our customers already understand it and already know that they need to start from showing their budget first. But there are still many of the customers that are afraid to tell it. So the solution to that is being specific, telling the software house what exactly the budget. Of course, there may be some changes later during the process. Maybe you'll get like additional money to finance your project, but still you need to be specific from the beginning on how much money you want to spend on that project. And also, as I said before, you also need to be specific how much money do you have for the marketing. Like you have to have two separate budgets for two actions, the development and the marketing. Okay, the second error that we see a lot is that our customers don't reserve time for organizational work. So in many projects, like I think most of the companies on the market right now, they're trying to engage the customer into the work on the project, because you can leave it to the software house, you can leave it to the developers, but without your impact on the project can go the other way. Like we are working in the Scrum. We have our weekly meetings, daily meetings, and we need our customers to be there because, for example, if the developer and has any questions about how the feature should work, he's not waiting for the answer for example, for 2 weeks or something. He has our customer on the daily meeting, and nothing is blocking him. So our organizational work is really important for the project as well. It's not something that we just imagine that it would be good to take care of our developers. It's not only for our benefit, it's also for the benefit of the project and the customer. So the solution to that is get to know the specifics of work of the project. Like when you start to work with us, for example, we always tell you what we expect from you, what meetings you should attend, and this is something we actually expect our customers to do. So if you start to work with another company, you also should ask about how they work, what meetings you should attend, and it will help you to reserve that time upfront. You'll not be surprised during the project with emergency meetings when something is going wrong. So you should probably ask your software house, your partner, how they organize their work and what they expect from you. Okay, the third error is you skip the analysis and design stage. So if you ever watched our previous lives, you probably found our live about the product design workshop. And this is basically the step we are talking about. This is the step we actually started to do in our project because we saw that not doing this step is creating an error in our project in the future. So this is something we came out with for our customers, and this is the stage where you should think about how the product should look like, what features should it have. You should basically design the whole product on this stage. You should prepare also the budget for the scope of work that you have prepared during this stage. And if you don't do it, you will probably be left with a big gap in your project. Like you will not know if you should go this direction, because you didn't plan from the beginning how you want the project to look like. So the solution to that is to make some technological assumptions from the beginning. Like I said, the process that we have created to avoid this error is our product design workshop. And I think it covers the whole area of analyzing and designing the product. And I don't think there's a need to tell you more about it right now. As I said, you can just find our previous lives and hear more about how we do it. So also, if you're not using the software house as your partner, but you're maybe creating your own team inside your company, that's something you should also look for, because it would give you and tips on how to do this discovery, analyzing and designing stage in your company. And also you can just come to us. We will help you. There's no need to just there's no problem with doing just the product design workshop and then doing your development process inside your company. If you're not feeling really comfortable with doing this step of discovery, analyzing and designing on your own, there's a lot of other companies that are having this process taken care of. The error 4 is you're too optimistic about the valuation. So for example, a lot of our customers, when we prepare the estimation for them, and we also try to fit in their budget, we want to prepare the estimation so it will be meet the customer's expectations, but our customers don't understand that the project is living its own life. It's that we can say that basically even we have like we had a lot of product design workshops, but still when we go to the project, there is always something that neither we or our customer didn't think through. Like when you get the app ready, we usually put the test versions of the app before, so it's not like the final stage of the development. But when you get the app and you go through it, then you realize that there is something you didn't think about until you saw the app, how it actually looks like. And then there may be a need to actually change our scope of work, to add something. And then there's this problem that you thought it would be only this that we said at the beginning, and you need to analyze everything. You need to be open for changes and still remember about the quality. Basically, you cannot be scared of these changes. You need to focus on the fact if this is something you really need. If yes, you should know how exactly you should add it to your project, and still remember about the quality, because sometimes we have customers that if something is changing in the project, they are forgetting about the fact that the quality is the most important thing in the project. Like, you will not get any users, you will not get any paid users, especially if the quality of the product is not right. So sometimes people are rushing us, like, okay, just leave it like it is and we'll just put it in the market because time is running. No, you need to still focus about the quality of your product. The next error, the fifth error, is that you don't think about implementation and maintenance costs. I see that a lot. Basically, our customers come to us and they say that they want to do the project. They have the budget for the project, and that's all they think about. But later, there's still something you need to do to put the project live, to keep the project on the servers, or basically to update any code you have actually written before. So this is the part after the project that you still need to remember about. You need to prepare it before you start working. You need to prepare the right scope of work that will include actually the part after releasing the product. So as I said, you need to think about how you want to maintain the app on your servers. Maybe you use some plugins that you need to pay for, so you should also remember about the cost of that. And also, if you don't work on the code of your app, it's getting old. Also, lately I told you about the libraries that you can use, like the ready parts of your applications, and they're always getting updated. And if you don't book some time with your developers after launching the app, you'll be left with the old code. And the old code may stop working after some time, because like all the libraries would be old. Maybe they would be even deleted because someone decided to do the better one and the old one wasn't needed anymore. So you need to have your team to work on the app even after it's done and it's launched. I know that it may sound like a lot of work, but it's actually done. It's not a lot of work. For example, our developers, each time they go into the code, they are updating the libraries. So if they are doing this, for example, like once a week, once even a month, you're still going the right direction. But if you will not have anyone working on the code for a year, then like right now for our developers, it's like a few minutes to update all the libraries they're working on. But if you will wait for a year to check if there's something to be updated, it may take a lot more time. For example, a few hours, maybe a few days. So if you don't think about it right now, if you don't plan your budget, if you don't plan your scope of work, you will probably be left with the project that will take a lot more money after you decide you want to change something in it. So let's remember that the project is not only the part when you create it, but also after the time, you need to think about the cost of implementation and maintenance. The next error is you don't check how the software house operates. So a lot of our customers are checking the software house only by the estimation they get, and that's not a good way to find your technological partner. Basically, our mission is also to educate our customers like this through our lives, so our customers know how we operate, what are our processes, and it's easier for them to compare us to other software houses. Like when you go with the project to the software house and you want it to be estimated and you decide to work with them, you should probably get estimation from also other software houses, and you should not only be focused on the estimation but also on how they operate. Like I told you before about our process called planning poker. During the product design workshop, when we have the user stories and we want to estimate it by the time, we use more than one developer. Why? Because the one developer will tell you that it will take him 1 hour, and the second one will tell you that it will take him 5 hours. So then we know that there is something wrong with the estimation, so we just compare their thoughts, and then they know which one was wrong and they get the actual estimation for the task. So if we do it and the other software house doesn't do it, and you don't know that he doesn't do it, you basically don't know that they can make the error that you don't even have a knowledge about. So you should probably get to know your partner, how your partner organize work, and not only your partner, but also other companies on the market. Like, I think that our processes are really well, and I'm not worried to sell people our services. Like, I'm the person who is selling only things that I'm believing in it. So I'm not scared to sell our services because I believe that we have the best processes in the industry, and I know that we are not making a lot of mistakes because no one is making no mistakes. But I know that there's a lot of other companies that make a lot of mistakes, that they don't have the experience we have, and we get a lot of customers coming from other companies telling us how bad work someone did. So even if you don't decide to work with us, check our information, ask us how we work, so you can compare us to other companies, and you can get more information on how we work, how they work, so you are sure that you're trusting the right partner. The next error is that you get a quote and you want to stick to it. This is also something that that is connected to the pricing models. As I said in previous lives, we have two most common pricing models, the fixed price and the time and material. And there are a lot of companies that work in the time and material model, but also there's still a few companies left that work in the fixed price model. And I explained before why it doesn't it's not a good way to work in the fixed price model. It's not only because you can be cheated, like there is a company that could give you the higher estimation than they should, and they can actually work less than you think. So the time and material model is the better model for you. But also in time and material model, when we do the product design workshop, even then we are giving you the estimation on how much time and money it would take. And there's a lot of customers that they're really focused on that amount of money, but there's no way you will actually finish the project with this budget we talked about, because it's not like our fault, but you will probably get another idea during the project. And if we would tell you, no, we cannot do it because we agreed on this and this time and this money, and it will change our estimation, you would be mad, because this is your project, this is your idea, and you know that we need to change that to create the better product that you just realized you need. So you still need to be ready for changes. Like, even when you agreed on a budget, you still need to think about the fact that if you changed anything in the scope of work, it will affect the budget, and there is no way that you will create the product as you had the idea at the beginning. Like, I worked in many projects and I saw it with my own eyes. Like, the customer was so sure that this is something he wants to get, like this and nothing more. And when he got the final product, he was like, yeah, but maybe we can change this and we can add this. And when I used it, I realized there is one other feature that we can do that would help the users. So get ready for changes, even if you don't expect them right now, even if you're sure that you know what you want to get, you will want changes. And let's remember that changes equals changes in the budget. And usually for it's a even bigger budget than it was before. The next error is unrealistic deadlines. This is something that we usually get a lot from the customers that get like the outside funding, and they got the deadlines that are already unrealistic, and they want to push those deadlines to us. We are usually trying to achieve the deadlines. We are trying to be realistic about them. So there's a lot of projects that we don't do because we know we are not ready to do it in this deadline that customer needs. But basically, you need to be down to earth. You need to think on what you expect. It's not only because they cannot do it in time, but also if you would give us the unrealistic deadline, we would probably need to hire a new developer or use the one we have. But usually we don't have the developers like running free waiting for the project. So if you would tell us, for example, that we had 2 months to do it, but right now you need to have it done in 1 month, the only way to do it would be to hire someone to work with us on the code. And if you would hire someone, first of all, there's more money you need to spend, because if you pay for the hour that we worked, it will be more hours at the same time, so the budget would change. But also, if we would hire someone during the project, there's still time needed to teach this person about the project, about what we have already done, about the everything actually that we have decided on before. This person also needs to know that. And still, usually, like the training part for the programmers, it's also something you are paying for. For us, for example, we are giving like lower rates because that's not the person that is working like fully in the project yet. But still, this is someone who is working on your project, who is learning about your product, and you will be also charged for additional people. So this is something you should keep in mind, that if you will put the deadlines unrealistic, your software house will be basically trying to meet this deadline, and they can do it in the way that will affect your budget. So let's think about the deadlines, like leave a little space for maybe some fixes. Don't think that everything will be on time, because usually in this process, even when we set up the estimation, as I said before, you will want to do some changes, and if you will start to do changes, it will also affect the time that we use to build your product. So let's remember with the deadlines that you should just leave the space before the actual time that you need to get it and the time that we plan to end our work. This will give you the peace of mind, and it will not affect your budget in the wrong way. The next error is that you want to have everything. This is something that we get a lot. Our customers want to get every feature they thought of in the project. And first of all, it's not something we do, because we usually do the MVP projects, and I've already talked about MVP in previous lives, so you can check it out. But basically, it's like the minimal viable product. So this is the product you can put on the market. It has the features that it needs to have to be validated on the market, but nothing more. Because first of all, why you should spend the money for something that you're not sure that will be a success? Second of all, there may be needed some changes in your idea, and the changes are based on the customer's feedback. So basically, if you want to have everything that you thought of, that's not a good solution, and you need to actually think about it and choose the most important features. Like when you think about your idea, you need to know what's the core of your idea, what's the feature that it's making the product working, and what's like the feature that will be different than other solutions. So this is something you should focus on. This is the important part of the app, and when you choose that, then you can launch the product and work on other features, but not everything at the same time. Always when we do the product design workshop, we would set up the features for the next stages. So if you already have those ideas, don't resign from them. Maybe these ideas will be good, like when you get the feedback from your users when you already launched the MVP. You can compare the feedback to your next ideas. You can also try to, even if the feedback is not matching your ideas, you can try to create the feature after feature and check it with the market. Because if you do it step by step, it's easier to like remove some feature or just change how it works. But it's not really, we are not able to do that if we will do the whole project at once. Okay, so those were the 9 errors that we see the most in our valuation of the project when we create projects. I hope that you will not make any of them after you saw our live. If you will have any questions, if you will think about, for example, how your technological partner work and you're not sure about their work and processes, and you don't want to change the partner, you still can ask us how we work. You can still check what we would tell you about this these actions and this plan of creating the app. It's something that we like to help. That's not like we'll charge you for just asking. So don't be scared. We'll see each other on the next live. If you have any questions right now, you can put them on the comment section. But as I always say, you can reach us on our email info.gmi.com, gmihub.com, and don't be scared. Even if you are not looking to work with us, we are always happy to help you with your projects, with your ideas, with the problems that you have. So yeah, don't be scared, and see you next week.